And 3, 2, 1, and welcome to
Friday night.
How the hell are you out there? Excuse me? 5 seconds
last
in,
Friday night,
shit.
Last Friday night nation.
Woo! No, this
How are
sucks. I mean, welcome to the fucking podcast. Woo!
We have a guest on the podcast today.
Woo!
Yep.
I'm just starting stop today. I don't know which direction I'm going. I'm crazy, man. And we got Will Duncan on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Welcome
it's
to
nice to be here.
to the
Hopefully you
pod.
can set this ship right.
Got some cocktails tonight. Thank you for the
Yes,
cocktails.
cheers,
Some,
gentlemen.
We're drinking
cheers.
paper
Yeah.
planes.
some paper
I
planes.
made everybody a famous batch of paper planes, the finest still
which is
finest
named
in
after
New York City.
the
MIA song.
MIA.
MIA.
Named after the Pineapple Express trailer, her herself.
Is that true?
That was the first time I ever heard that song. How about you boys?
Oh, sure.
I think
remember
I heard it in computer class, 8th grade computer class, because I graduated in 2019.
Oh, high school?
Yep.
You graduated high school in 2019? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're pretty young.
Pretty
That's-
young.
what
I'm a
are you-
young skipper.
Yeah. Well, you're like, that would make you like 20?
Wait.
I'm 19.
Oh, okay. Wow,
Sorry,
that's
no,
awesome.
I just wanted to interject and say I saw the Pineapple Express trailer in history class.
Damn, because
That's
it was
awesome.
history.
Yes, because it was and
When
I'm
that
so
movie
young.
came out.
Yes.
Little did we know that it was going to be history. They knew that it was going to be history. So that and it was, and it is.
Same thing with that other movie that they made about North Korea.
The interview.
The interview.
Oh yeah, that
Just
was,
as successful as Pineapple
yes,
Express.
And
Just
then-
as good.
That was hilarious. And then North Korea hacked the emails.
Is that real or is that?
That was real.
Publicity.
That was real, and people were like, you know, the president of whatever it was, Sony, was saying racist stuff
In the emails?
in the emails.
we got our.
One of the emails was like, I bet Obama's favorite movie is like Moonlight or
a lot
something
of funny
like
ones you
that.
could pick. Moonlight's the worst one.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna say, yeah, Jackie
many good
Brown.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just listeners at home. Pick
Just
the
some-
nastiest
the
movie you
worst
can think
one.
of.
Just
Yeah,
beep.
yeah. We have a Dime Square tier that we're gonna try and establish soon. Will, you might not know this, but
A Patreon level of Times
Patreon
Square.
level,
Yes.
we're thinking 15 a month where we just say it all.
Say it all.
Where we
Just
just say it
horrible,
Real nasty
stuff.
stuff.
all the spectrums and colors of the
Everything,
wind.
yeah.
Yes,
A lot of impersonations of
Yeah.
different styles.
all the voices,
people,
all the gestures,
uncut.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
the CEO of Sony kind of got Papa John's.
Yeah, Papa
Kinda got
John
Papa John's.
Schneider's.
Remember
Yeah.
that? Is that his name, John Schneider?
John Schneider?
That was
something like
crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of loved that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was horrible that happened, but watching it from afar.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's nice to see a face like that go down.
His red face.
Red
really
marinara
red
face.
and wet.
Get rubbed in the mud a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure he's fine.
Well, he was a
He was
billionaire.
a racist. Right.
A multi-billionaire and a racist.
A racist billionaire. The
Yeah.
only one.
I think so. I can't think of any other
Papa
ones.
John.
Papa John.
And there's that video of him with his son.
Kissing?
No.
Oh.
Just sort of snuggling.
I saw that.
Oh, snuggling.
No, but he made his son like do a commercial for Papa John's. They like ordered pizza from Papa John's. And he's like,
Oh, I do remember.
talk about how delicious
about
it is.
the website or
Yeah,
something?
and his son is
Yeah.
very clearly like,
Yes.
Dad.
Classic old viral video. And the viral videos of yesteryear, these kids today. I wonder if, we have a lot of young, sort of supple
Viewers,
yeah,
listeners, yeah.
Most of our listeners are more on your age, even younger. Like,
No, we're talking
teens.
Yeah, we have a lot of high school seniors listening to this podcast.
Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Gen
yes.
Alpha.
Yes, our future. And we'd love to just understand what you're all about out there. Me, in here, I'm a simple guy. I'm just scared is all my main angle. I promise you, that's the only hustle I'm running here is I'm just terrified for my life.
You're
So
scared.
that's a direct plea to basically anyone out there.
Help me.
Yes.
17-year-olds of the world, help me.
Yeah.
Tell me who to be, what to do,
Yeah.
what to wear, what to listen to, how to dress.
Don't mog me. Please don't mog me. You guys ever get mogged by one of
What's
these?
mog?
What's that?
Well, basically, right now I'm sitting next to Rick. And
Yeah.
Rick's a bit taller than me by at least,
Oh.
maybe like 2 or 3 inches taller than me.
I'm a couple inches.
Yeah. So I'm getting
yeah.
mogged right now because he's, in comparison to Rick, I'm sort of hideously unattractive. I'm a manlet.
But where does MOG come from? What is
I don't know. Nico, can you look up the etymology of mogging?
Maybe it's an acronym. Man.
Man.
Over gargoyle.
Yes.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Man on gargoyle action.
Man on gargoyle action.
I was talking to my coworkers today, two of which it was 2 millennials versus 2 Gen Zs.
Nice.
Wow.
And the Gen Zs were destroying us, but I also have been told that I got Gen Z swag, so I
kind of on that cusp energy.
I'm like
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm like what was that movie that came out, Bright, with the orcs and Will Smith?
Oh yeah.
I didn't finish it.
Great
but
movie.
I did watch
Great
some of it.
movie.
I
On
made it to where he
Netflix.
says
Amazing
very lives
movie.
don't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
I didn't stop there. But
I want to
that's-
rewatch that movie
that's what
because
It's kind of a metaphor for like racism, right?
oh my god.
I think it is.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I think that's what is going on.
The elves.
Hate to interrupt here, gang, but this is a last Friday night etymology report. New segment on the show.
Etymology.
New segment on the show,
That's a
everybody.
great word,
The
too.
last Friday night etymology report. Once a week, every week, we will tell you how a word came to be.
Okay.
This is segment number 1. MOG, according to WikiHow. This is from WikiHow.
How's it spelled? M-O-G or M-A-W-G?
It's MOG.
MOG.
But that's a good question because it comes
Yeah.
from the acronym. Will, very
Let's
good guess.
go.
I never
Let's
would have guessed.
go.
I never would have
Awesome.
guessed, honestly.
Yeah.
It comes from the acronym AMOG, A-M-O-G, or alpha male of the group.
Alpha male of the group.
Yes,
Yeah, and I do feel like I'm the alpha male of the group for sure.
You are the tallest. I think that is most
kind
of
of by
it.
default.
But
Yeah.
you gotta watch the ground. You gotta watch the slithery
Well,
snakes
no,
in
you're
the grass
never
below.
comfortable. You gotta watch your back.
Right, you're
you
not
can't
safe.
trust anybody.
The desolation
I'll
of
bite.
Maul.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah,
What do
what
you think
about
about that?
I fuck with that.
Desolation.
Think about that,
I fuck with
yeah?
that heavy.
But that would mean you die because you're the Mog.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody's. This is why you got to watch over your shoulder and look behind your back because if as the MOG, everybody wants your position.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Well-
being the king of Rome.
Yes.
Like Nero.
Yeah.
Or Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Or like being, I'll say it, I'll sort of do a callback here. Papa John.
Kind of
Yes.
like Papa John. Papa John. People could not wait to tear
They
him down.
could not wait.
People were waiting in the wings to ruin him.
Their hands
Someone
on
had
Yeah.
a payday. You know what I mean? Leaking
Oh.
those tapes.
Yeah.
the whistleblower of Papa John.
Whistleblower. Papa John's, that man is,
Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting to me when a corporation puts their entire brand on a real person,
Yeah.
like Papa John.
Sure.
Because then it's a bad idea. Because then when he does something bad, your whole thing is cooked. It's
Yeah.
like Flo from Progressive.
Yeah. And all
what's-
the
what's
murders.
she hiding? What's
the
on her
flow
hard drive?
murders.
Actually, I used to work in an ad agency that did Progressive, and they had a meeting about how Flo is getting older. And
Oh,
they need
shit.
to replace her because she's about to not be so supple. Was the actual words that they said in the meeting.
Wow.
She is very supple, and I feel like men and women love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still
listen,
very popular
yeah.
from what I can
She's
see.
in Mad
It's
Men.
nice to
Yeah.
have something to grasp onto in this
Right,
day and age.
yeah.
It's nice to have just a rock in an ocean.
A human face.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's Flo, at least I've seen her for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless her.
I love Flo.
She's funny. The courses are
hilarious.
funny.
She's
you know?
clearly got training.
She's clearly got charm.
and improv.
And it's interesting because the commercial for insurance, which is such a boring,
Yes.
right?
That's
It's such
what
a-
that's
right?
what it
It's-
seems like. But then once you get to know Flo and learn a little bit more about it, you actually see it can be quite fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
punk
It can
rock,
actually be
too,
fun.
you know?
And you
Yeah.
can
And it's
save
kinda punk rock.
$15 with your home and bundle auto insurance
It's
package
pretty good.
by
Thank you.
subscribing to Progressive.com.
We have got sponsors. Thank you for our sponsors finally for coming through. We got, as you see, we got Utz, Michael's Red Chips,
Doritos,
Poppy,
Gold
the
Hat, Gold Hat,
prebiotic
the
soda.
The Gold Hat.
Gold Hat,
The Gold Hat.
Gold
Gold
Hat
Hat Company.
supplements. And basically, you wear this hat, you
Whoa!
sweat.
Talk about alpha male.
Yeah.
Talk about
Right.
a
Yes.
talk about a mog.
This is MOG proof. You wear this
You're
in any
looking swagged
picture.
out.
I
It
don't
bounces
care.
the mog rays off.
Yeah, you could stand next to Dikembe Mutombo. He's going to be looking like Elijah Wood compared to you. Okay.
Shrink
As long as
ray.
you're wearing this thing. Yes.
It's like
shrink
those
ray vibe.
clothes that people wear that reflect. You can't take pictures of people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. That's a
Kind of
swaggy sort
swagged
thing.
out silver.
Yeah,
Almost
yeah.
just kind of a British rapper energy coming from those. Yes, yeah, the reflective. But they make whole sweaters out of them,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
yeah.
That sounds like
And Paris
like a car
Hilton.
window where you
Yeah.
can't see inside.
Yes.
It gives you a bit of privacy.
Yes. You
Yeah.
can kind of do whatever you want. in
Sure.
there.
People
I
can't
took
see
the
you.
hat off.
Like the breast milk,
Habit
the
stuff.
breast feeding chambers in the airport,
Oh yeah, kind of like that.
which you're allowed to go into, by the way.
You
even
can
if
just
you're not
go in and hang
breastfeeding.
out.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There.
It's not like a playground where you have to have a kid.
No. Yeah,
It's a-
you don't need to be breastfeeding. There's no one else in there.
Well, you can
Yeah.
be somebody's husband.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sort of delivering the breast milk.
Yeah.
I just go in there and take all my clothes off. I don't do
Yeah.
anything weird. I just take all my clothes off. I'm at the airport. I'm like 4 feet away from other people, but there's a barrier.
Yeah.
And then I put them all
get
back
that.
on, and then I get on my flight.
Because at the airport, sometimes you feel kind of nasty.
Yeah.
You sometimes you're there for hours and hours at a time. You feel gross in your clothes. You just wanna take your clothes off and just get some fresh air.
Just be
So that makes sense.
Be primal for a second.
And eavesdrop a little bit too.
Maybe eavesdrop.
While you're in the buff, sorry, I was taking a sip there for the listening audience. But yeah, you can listen while you're naked, sort of like you're in the walls a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Like a
that.
Frogger situation.
I like that a lot. No, I really like the sound of that.
I really do too. That sounds like a great idea.
I get used to that.
yeah.
Well, 2 things. There's that guy that did live in an airport for 17 years. or
Swag.
The
whatever.
terminal.
The
with
terminal
Tom
swag.
Hanks.
Is that about that?
Yeah.
Damn. I feel like Tom Hanks was in 7 movies at the same time that I thought were all the same movie.
There was
like
the
Catch
terminal.
Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. That's similar vibes.
I
There's a
thought
lot of
that-
airport vibes going
Yeah.
on in
Airport
that one.
swag.
The Da
Yeah.
Vinci Code,
Yeah.
Toy Story. These are all
Yeah.
very similar films. you know?
Yeah.
That movie, The Terminal, though, is...
Castaway, he's on a plane for practically,
Yeah.
practically
Yeah.
10 minutes of that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy Tom Hanks just had the busiest day of his life, you know?
Yeah.
Waking up on an island and in the nighttime he's a toy cowboy, you know?
Yeah. Now
That's
are we
crazy.
sure this guy likes acting, or does he really just like going to Hudson News? No,
Right,
can we
right.
fact check this? I
Right.
mean, you know.
And then the
Yeah,
other
it's
thing I was going
crazy.
to say about airports is I love a long layover.
Yes.
You like a long layover.
People don't like
That's a controversial opinion.
It is. It's sort of a hot take, sort of perfect
It's a
for a
hot take.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like, literally, I'll take a 6-hour layover.
Why?
I kind of am the same
Because you
way.
like to go to the restroom.
I like to go to the restroom, be
Yeah.
naked,
Yeah.
stand deep. No, I like it's a liminal space. You have no responsibilities
Yeah.
for 6 hours.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
You're
Yeah.
and you're just like drinking Gatorade. You steal some pretzels from the Hudson News,
Yeah.
and you, yeah.
It's also, what I like about the airport is you can get hammered at 7 a.m. It's one of the few spaces where you can drink at any hour of the day.
Yeah.
One of the downsides is, one Bloody Mary is going to put you back to 50 bucks,
15
50,
bucks. Yeah.
60 bucks. That's the only thing.
Was
But
this, I feel like, were we talking about this? Were Nico and I talking about this, or Edie and I were talking about this? Like, someone was saying that about like how, oh well, you can just get drunk at the airport in the morning, and I never do that. Why? I don't
Yeah.
understand why you would do that to yourself. Really, a
I've
lot of
only-
people do it.
I did it recently for the
Yeah.
first time. It wasn't in the morning. I was leaving New Orleans, and I did have like 5 $15 Bloody Marys.
I was
and
gonna
I
say-
got so drunk, I downloaded TikTok for the first time ever and made a TikTok
you go.
account and made like 3 TikToks.
while you were getting hammered
Just
at the
in
New
the
Orleans
airport, yeah. just
goofing around.
And then I haven't used that TikTok
Yeah.
since.
Any good stuff? Did you get some good stuff?
No.
It takes a while to pick up steam.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
post every day, not 3 just
Yeah.
blackout drunk.
I feel like
I was gonna say. I mean, my peak alcoholic years were when I lived in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you
that's
lived in New Orleans?
I did for a few years, and like if flying in or out,
Rick's
flying
face
out.
was.
Yeah, it looks like shit. It looks like shit. But
That was all
that's
shoop.
that
I mean, it's
is a
crazy.
situation because
Crazy
also
what you
everybody
did.
else is doing it. So like if everybody else is like, "Woo, Bloody Mary,"
Also in New Orleans, is it not just that's everywhere?
that's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's
you-
fucking crazy.
It is. It's not a sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah,
but
it does.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go die in 3 years, like,
Sure.
If I really just wanted to just fuck
Just-
off,
yeah.
But you would have a great 3
That would be
years,
great.
and then you would die.
That would be a retirement of
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
You're prepared.
Laissez bon temps rouler.
Mardi
As they say,
Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Year round. I went to New Orleans for Mardi Gras a year and a half ago, and it was awesome. I got blackout drunk with my siblings.
That's
and then I
awesome.
stopped there on my road trip, and I was like, well, I can't do the same thing again. Like, I can't, it's not
yeah.
the same vibe, and it was pretty sad.
Okay, so here's the thing about New Orleans.
No disrespect.
No. It can be very sad, and living there, like the summer, for example, that is a very sad time to be in New Orleans. It's so gosh darn hot down there that people, it's like bad
Kill
winters in the
themselves.
north where people leave. It's so hot that people leave, so it's dead.
Whoa.
Nobody's visiting,
Yep.
and it's small. It's a much smaller city than people give it credit for.
yeah.
So it's like you have your like whatever friends are left.
Yeah.
It's boring. Like
True vagabond crew.
Yeah. It can be sad.
Yeah, my brother was stationed in New Orleans for a while, and he
Uh-huh.
does not really drink. He's in the Navy. It was just
I
like,
don't really know what you would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I mean, even we went there famously for spring break together.
Spring
Rick and
break.
I,
Spring break.
with our two other friends.
2013.
2014.
2014. Spring break.
Spring break.
And I was
Yeah.
not. I had already dropped out of school by that point, but I still went on
But it was
spring
spring
break. Yeah, but I still went on spring break. But even just like the locals that we met, I don't know, at like dive bars and stuff, I was like, these people are debauched. These people
Yeah.
are kind of. These people are on the
Diabolical.
fringe, man.
Yeah.
These
yeah,
people
yeah.
are could fade away. I don't know if I don't have enough hands to
Yeah,
grab onto
yeah.
all of them, pull
You
them back.
stop looking. You stop making eye contact. They start kind of disappearing
Yeah.
into the
exactly.
space.
They start
That's what
fading,
that one
yeah.
gay man, that one gay guy that preyed on me at that party that we went to. I was blackout drunk and vomiting, and then he immediately after I vomited, he started making out with me. I was like, "You're
I do remember
sick
that.
for doing
Yeah,
that."
that's,
But
that's depraved.
You're looking
Yeah.
for new experiences.
yeah. I was like, "This is awesome," but yeah.
This guy doesn't care that I just shit in my mouth.
I got a bunch of shit in my mouth right now. You don't even care.
We went to that pool that the
country club.
the country club that you could get naked in.
Used to be fully nude.
Yeah, used
Which
to be
one?
fully nude.
Is it in New York?
It's in New Orleans.
in New Orleans, where it
yeah,
used to be a fully nude pool.
Yeah, and then
where
I
like
think-
you pay like $5-10 to get in. It used to be back in the day. Yeah, and you used to be able to be fully nude. They changed it. You can't be nude
I
anymore.
think sexual assault happened and then changed that.
Yeah.
But on our like last night of going there, I dove into like 5 feet of water. I don't know why I did that, and then I like got a giant like gash in the middle of my head.
Oh,
And then, so I just went to the bar and like cleaned it up with napkins, and then like obviously tried ordering another drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And I was like, come
No,
on, what the?
no,
I just
no.
that was a little mistake.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen again. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm not
Think
getting
about
back in the pool.
How many
now.
people go to the hospital in New Orleans and are just fucked up?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that's real.
Sorry, that was a giant spike
It's-
in audio, Nico. Voice
That's what's kind of it's special. It almost doesn't feel like America in a way. It feels like
Yeah.
its own kind of place.
Yeah.
You know, it has its own vibe going on.
Yeah.
a little more European.
yes,
Yeah.
European. Nico
Or
was just about to say.
European, yeah.
A bit.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
blackout drunk at noon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a little more European.
You get to get a little more swollen in the face and craggly in the ridges, you know. Yeah.
And you have your espresso.
yeah, you
and
know
your
Your espresso and your cigarette.
croissants.
Yes.
yes.
Hey, Will, what's that New Orleanian pastry?
Beignet. Cafe du Monde.
Oh, I went
No,
there.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
What do you think about my New Orleans accent? Which
Okay.
is, I'm a New Orleanian gentleman.
Wow,
Kind of
pretty
a
restrained.
1930. Yeah, I didn't go for
It can be stronger. It can be stronger.
Go a little
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like a 1920s style,
Sure,
zoot suit wearing kind of
Yeah, sure.
a New Orleanian gentleman.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you're rich.
I'm rich. Yeah.
You're rich. Yeah.
And I'm maybe even faking the accent.
Yeah.
Came here by a steamboat.
Sounds like you could be faking the accent.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to blend in.
Yeah. I just like saying
I'm New Orleans.
a New Orleanian gentleman. Well, I would live there.
Beignets.
I would live just about anywhere. You could stick me anywhere. I'd probably just, get a job at a coffee shop or something.
I would not live in North Dakota.
North Dakota. I would live in North Dakota.
Really?
Seems pretty.
Dude, I'm too short. They kill me.
They kill me. They kill
Tallest
me.
trees over there, I bet.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Too woke
Probably.
for North Dakota.
Yeah.
Too cringe for South Dakota.
Yes, exactly.
Too gay for South Dakota.
Yeah.
Too weird for Canada.
Yeah. I'm gonna start my own sort of indie film scene, sort of edgelord scene in
That would be sick.
South Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota. South
You
Dakota.
can take it over.
yeah.
I do think about how, like,
Bismarck.
when we were growing up, or maybe when you guys are growing up, because I'm 19 years old, but
Yeah.
there was like a wave of cities that were like, this city's cool now. Like Austin, Texas, I would say is the archetypal one.
Yeah.
But then also like Boise, Idaho is one kind of. Like,
Kinda.
There's.
I was hearing that it was cool for a second.
I went there for Christmas like 4 years ago, and it was interesting.
And it was cool.
I was there for New Year's, and they did a potato drop. They have a huge fake potato that's like 6 feet wide, and they dropped it for New Year's Eve. That was cool. But other than that day of the year,
crush and harm somebody.
Yeah, there's a fake. I think it was a fake potato. It better have been a fake potato.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about in our lifetime, there will be a new wave of random ass cities we have never heard of in our lives.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen because it's
climate change,
climate change, and the
global
inflation,
warming,
and global warming, and inflation,
and Earth. The temperature on Earth changing.
And tech and, AI, all that kind of stuff.
AI.
We're going to need to flee all the normal cities, New York, LA, etc.
The normal cities.
Yeah, and we're going to need to go to these weird random cities, like the middle of the country.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden I'm going to be in like Baltimore. There's nothing cool happening in Baltimore.
Well, John Waters says that Baltimore is pretty cool. Pretty cool scene in Baltimore.
And Dan
Deacon.
And Alan Resnick. It was there. And Trent Reznor and Kurt Cobain.
Trent Reznor, Kurt Cobain.
Famously from Baltimore, Maryland.
Friend Leibowitz.
I feel like
friend of the podcast, Kurt Cobain.
Friend of the podcast, Kurt Cobain.
Well, I feel like that's happening because like I grew up in Charlottesville's not cool, really.
Well, it's academic.
I guess there's a university there. Mr. Jefferson's University.
There's kind of woke liberal ideology going on.
There's woke
in
liberalism
this town.
for sure.
Yeah.
A New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh my lord. But I'm excited for this new wave. I feel like it's gonna be like literally a town I can't even joke about making up because we have never heard of it.
I feel like every town I feel like we'll have to go to other countries because I feel like every town now is kind of just like with a medium-sized city in it is gonna
You're gonna need to get ahead of that though because people you don't want to be the last one. Going to whatever city.
I feel like Charlottesville has its own like little art scene. Like every town has its own, little ex-New Yorker scene. I feel like that's already in it, no matter where you go.
They were trying to make Detroit happen for a while. They kept being like, go to Detroit.
I guess
it's
Detroit.
awesome.
But then Barbarian came out, and a lot of liberals were scared.
I kind of warded off the lips.
Go there.
I'm not so sure about that. Basements with monsters in it, not so much.
Big-breasted, tall monster.
I know you're not allowed to live in Hawaii as a...
Not anymore.
Yeah. Which that makes sense. But God, I want to live in Hawaii so bad. I kept telling my girlfriend, I kept saying, one day I'll just pack it all up and be a postman in Hawaii. And she actually rejects, she like publicly shames me for saying that because she's like, you're never gonna do that.
You
and I'm
bastard.
Like,
You son of a bitch.
And I'm like, a boy can dream, a boy can imagine. What do we learn from Mice and Men? That
what
Lenny
from Mice and Men.
Imagined rabbits in the field while he died, and that dream is what brought him peace.
Yes, that's very true.
My dream of being a post office worker, making $17 an hour in Hawaii, brings me peace.
That's what you'll say to your girlfriend when if we all get to the point where we're 45 and we're like, I got an idea for a new short. This'll do it.
And she puts a gun to my head.
Her girlfriend's just saying, look out in the distance.
It's okay.
Oh, you got into grad school. Don't worry.
This is the thing I've been thinking about where I assume that I'm going to live to be 100 years old. I'm like, that is how long humans live.
Yeah, about 100. Nice round.
Yeah. Default 100.
Yeah.
And then I am starting, I guess this is a symptom of getting a little older. Almost turning 20 years old.
Almost 20 years old.
But I'm like noticing when people die, and there's people who are like, I died when I was like 70 years old. And I'm like, that's not 100. And then like people are like 62, like I had a heart attack. I'm like, that's like 40 years difference. I was listening to this song today. And the guy was singing, he was like, I'm almost 55, I don't know how much longer I have left. I'm like, Dude, 55? Like,
yeah, he's being dramatic.
yeah. That's cutting it in half.
Yeah.
If you know that you're an old, unhealthy fuck and you're in your 50s, you're probably
is a
like,
factor.
Health is wealth.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Health is wealth.
I think about that with my parents.
Health
all the
is
time.
wealth.
Health is wealth, by the way.
Health is wealth, by the way.
That's true.
Everyone Willow's age who's listening.
Health is
Eat
wealth.
the red chips.
Eat the red chips.
White
Eat the white corn.
Also,
and the
last
green,
Friday Night
yellow
Lights,
Utz.
official podcast, official stance on moving to Hawaii. It's okay. Move to Hawaii.
I think so.
As long
Just
as
don't
you
tell
apologize.
anyone.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone. Wipe all your
Literally,
social medias.
Literally, you can do whatever you want. Just don't post about it
Just don't
on
post
Instagram.
about it.
Yeah. On Instagram.
Yeah. Specifically that one.
You can just do it on Facebook. No one will care.
No one will watch that shit.
No.
I had a friend from New Orleans who moved to Hawaii for a man, and now just posted like essays and essays and essays on Instagram about like, I know what you're thinking, but like, here's why, I'm being intentional about it.
Yeah.
And I think is trying to make up for it by being a thoughtful, contributor to the community that he's a part of. But
In too deep.
yeah, it's tough.
That's
That's Twitter brain rot.
That's that rot. So just do it and just don't post.
Just do it. Disappear.
privately.
Delete your digital footprint.
Yeah.
Burn the servers. Throw the hard drives in the beautiful Waikiki Bay.
Yes. And marry a beautiful local woman, and that will give you some local cred.
Yeah.
And the local volcanoes, perhaps.
Oh, yes, beautiful. Yes.
Many locales.
Those are
Celebrate.
beautiful.
Besides, in the bonfire at the luau.
Well, my parents lived in Hawaii for 17 years. They met, They met in Hawaii.
Really?
In the United States Navy, which in itself is sort of problematic, right?
Well, sure.
There's sort of
That's
this thread, right?
Yeah.
United States
Yeah.
Navy sort of through the years. And just the Army in general, America in general, sort of being problematic through the years there, right?
Our station out in the east.
Right, sort of our little bunker out there. And Pearl Harbor, of course, sort of
Pearl Harbor,
interesting.
of course.
Historical event.
Famous
right.
event.
Famous
in history.
event in history.
Tragic, faithful.
Tragic, faithful.
Tragic.
And they knew it was going to happen, much like 9/11, much like... I think that's it, actually. Yeah, I think
Those are the two.
Yeah.
Those are the two big ones.
No, what was that other one?
Those are the ones that I've heard
There was
of.
that battleship. There was a battleship. What? No, there was a battleship. It's not Battleship Potemkin. There was a ship that was blown up by the Ruskies or something in the Atlantic Ocean. That
The Ruskies.
The Ruskies.
Yikes.
Yeesh.
Gotta watch out.
Don't say that too loud.
No.
Remember in 2016 when people were legitimately like Russian hackers changed Facebook likes?
Yeah.
And I had a moment to be like, oh my God, like,
That's crazy.
they're evil. That's crazy.
That's actually crazy.
I think, because no one was like at least pretending to know as much as they do about politics now.
Yeah.
Before 2016, so okay, conspiracy. Yeah, Russia's bad. I guess I don't know. Yeah, what do I know? Okay.
Yeah. Algorithms.
Yeah.
Kind of a new thing.
And that is, and it kind of sounds cool too, and that like makes you feel smart, kind of too.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I kind of get the internet. Like, yeah, the internet. My sort of constant scrolling on my phone all the time will help me understand this new wave of cyber attack.
Yeah. I'm doing work by being on my phone. I just watched this documentary that was, I think it's called The Antisocial Network.
Well.
Which,
don't let Zuckerberg see that one.
Yeah.
He's gonna get mad.
He's gonna fucking karate chop. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg lives in fucking Hawaii. Piece of shit.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
he?
Wait.
Fucking piece of shit with your 3D printed fucking hoverboard, surfboard.
Oh, the picture of him surfing.
Right,
He's got
right.
that big. He's got that
got his
big,
dick
beautiful
out.
ass.
He's got his dick out.
He's got his dick out.
That picture of Mark Zuckerberg with his dick out in the Waikiki Bay.
Dude, it is swinging.
No, it doesn't.
No, both his balls too. Nico, don't
Nico
look because
Googles it immediately.
Nico's gonna leave
His
me.
balls and his penis and his ass is huge
If you
and
see-
perfectly shaped.
and his thighs are thick
Wait, I'm
and
actually not
rippling.
lying about the ass. The ass.
His ass
it's-
is kind of juicy.
Mark Zuckerberg is on the turnaround. He got challenged by Elon Musk to
Yes.
do that jiu-jitsu fight,
Right.
and then he actually started training and like posted
Yes.
pictures of him like punching bricks in half.
yeah.
And Elon Musk was like, "I actually don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah.
And it's crazy that like embracing, and again, this might be kind of a callback. This might be kind of a tie-in here. Embracing the masculinity, the AMOG factor.
AMOG.
If you do that, okay, here's my take.
Okay.
There is a thing where
This is a new segment, by the way.
Will-
Nico Producer Nico was on our ass about getting out new segments. We got to get new segments. Producer Nico,
Hot take corner.
Producer Nico was pissed about our
Isn't
numbers.
the only other segment called Movie Corner?
No, we have movie corner. We tried out a lot of corners the last time. We
Different
had
corner. Different corner.
I kind of forgot.
Different
about
word
it.
than
We call them
corner.
whatever.
Yeah.
The movie corner. We have liquid corner. We have
Liquid corner.
We talk
got
about what we're
liquid.
drinking.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
All right, I'm gonna call this
we're trying it.
the hot take cauldron.
Okay, we love it.
Okay,
Okay,
kind
I
of
love
a
that.
witch
And Rick will get
theme.
some music here.
Yeah,
so we
a
can bubble
Halloween
bubble.
theme. Yeah, bubbling.
yeah.
Okay.
Doyle in trouble.
So-
Maybe a witch cackling.
Hot take corner.
Okay, here we go.
This-
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Honestly, that's a bad name for this segment because this isn't really a hot take. This is more. I think the actual name of this segment would be Interesting Strain.
Okay.
Whereas I sort of
That's a good name.
Only interesting strain only happens when I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
I analyze pop culture and
Yeah.
I isolate some DNA segments.
Okay, cool,
So this is
cool,
what we're
cool.
doing. I'm slicing it with my stethoscope and
Okay.
my
Let's get a little music. Rick will put in a little music.
Yeah.
science
Interesting
theme.
Science,
strain.
kind of sciencey.
So-
Starring Will Duncan.
There's a thing that happens in pop culture where male celebrities lean into the like jujitsu thing and the like alpha male warrior training thing.
Yes.
I would say the most prominent example to me is Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde had a big fall off. He got canceled, and then he started like working out a lot and like emphasizing his exercise and being a boxer. Then he was in a fight in the UK, like a creator clash YouTube
Right.
thing,
I
and he
remember this.
beat the guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it telegraphs to his audience like I
Yeah.
won my personal struggles.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a weird thing where if you do that, you are like a winner. Like Mark
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, everyone hates Mark Zuckerberg. But then on Twitter, he started posting pictures of him like doing
Yeah,
jujitsu
yeah.
and like breaking bricks and shit. And it is like,
Yeah.
oh, you're like,
And now, compared to gross, out of shape Elon. The rest
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
guy
yeah.
can actually
Musk.
kick. It's
like virality.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
I don't
And,
mean
well,
going
a lot
viral.
of
I
it is
mean
about-
sexual
yeah,
penis,
yeah.
semen, retention.
Yeah.
It's about discipline, too.
Virility.
Training,
Virility.
patience. You
yeah.
know, that's what, hard work.
That's where it comes from. The audience
Yeah.
is like, you're putting in the hours
Yeah.
that I don't know about. So.
My kind of whom I love. And this not exactly that, but just through like training and focus. Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He has a big kind of energy about that. About like I train, I work hard, I focus.
And
like,
famously, like, I watched a documentary about Tom Cruise on an airplane recently, actually.
Yeah.
But it was about how he was on this rise to famous stardom, and then he like had a series of freakouts on public TV and the like Scientology
you're
thing.
glib.
Yeah. What was it?
Wait, when he called Matt Lauer glib.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was talking about how taking
Adderall
like
don't work or
the
something?
Adderall
Yeah.
is doesn't work. Like kind of mental medication, whatever you would call
He
that.
said you're glib.
He was you're glib on an interview on a
What
national
does
interview.
glib mean?
Like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you're kind of trite.
That's such an ugly thing to throw at someone.
Yeah.
You're glib.
Yeah. No,
Figure
it was
it out.
harsh. It was like
Glib
whoa.
is
then
almost
the
kind of a
Oprah-
cool thing to be, though. Glib is
Glib?
kind of means you're funny and snappy to me, you know?
Can we, producer Nico, can we get a definition
Get a
of glib?
dictionary definition of glib. Okay, I'll read aloud.
Okay.
Also,
me
glib
focus my
kind of
eyes here.
is in the MOG universe.
Yeah,
almost.
thank you.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It's an acronym.
Of words to the person speaking them.
Definitely.
Fluent and voluble, but insincere and shallow.
Say it one more
Insincere
time.
shallow.
One more time.
Fluent and voluble, but
Fluent?
insincere and shallow.
What's voluble?
Like,
Does it mean like
you
loud?
mean a lot with a little.
Okay.
You know?
But insincere and shallow. Insincere is kind of how I understand.
I feel like glib
Interesting.
is like when you make a shitty little remark. You know,
You're
like-
glib.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Like if you said something to, I don't know. You know, like you say to Tom Cruise, that's just because you're short. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that was awful
Glib.
glib. I don't know,
Glib.
maybe something like that.
yeah,
something like that.
More clever, perhaps.
I feel like glib is like willfully insincere. It's like you're ignoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Tom
We'll never
Cruise.
know.
Tom Cruise had all these freakouts.
Yes.
and then he dedicated himself to being like, but I'm the stunt guy. Like I do all my own stunts and I
I
work
do
really
the most
hard.
epic stunts ever.
And there's a weird thing I think where you can trick the public audience that you have into being like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
By like working
I bought
out.
it. I love it.
It's
I love Tom
yeah.
Cruise and I love his
It's
whole
almost
thing that he's
also
got going
kind of
on.
Liver King vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's
he was proven
great.
to be a fraud.
Do you know Liver King's like eye doesn't work now?
Yeah.
He
From
wears
the
a
liver?
He started wearing
steroids.
Sure.
Yeah, he was wearing an eye patch, which I thought was just like a bit.
Yeah,
and then
that's
there's
what I
a bunch
thought,
of comments that are like, so sad that Liver King's eye stopped working. Imagine just having that eye.
He's got his liver boys and his liver queen.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his liver runts, like his liver litter.
Yeah,
his liver litter.
And they're all the kids. Thankfully, look very normal compared to him and his wife.
They're not on
kids.
steroids.
Yeah.
Once they hit 12, 13,
And ab implants. The ab implants are crazy.
And their names are Machete, Tomahawk, and AR-15.
Really?
No. I love it when Republican ass guys name their kids like Marshall.
Yeah,
Republican.
My
Tommy
friends,
gun.
my friends in Virginia are getting married, and they were like deciding on baby names, and they think for a boy they're gonna name it Hawk.
Which one? Who?
Hannah.
I can see that for them.
I mean,
our
generation's
name. Our generation's about to go crazy with baby names.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts.
They're already weird, and they're only gonna stay weird.
There's that meme that's
while.
like chlamydia would be a beautiful name for a baby.
It kind of is.
But then this might be a bit
Beautiful
too much of a
name.
segue. But in the beekeeping world, there's the queen bee has a stomach in her abdomen. I always say that wrong.
Her abdominal area.
Her abdominal region.
Yeah.
That collects sperm, and it's called the spermatheca. And my
So
coworker,
she's a load hog.
yeah,
She's collecting load.
no, she's a proper load hog.
Wow.
But spermatheca, my
Talk
coworker's
about
like,
a
spermatheca would
cum
be a
dump
great.
event, sort of thing.
Do you want to know that it is actually a cum dump event?
That's wild.
The queen bee, she's born. She's a virgin queen bee. She's not mated yet.
Nice.
She flies into the air. She puts out a pheromone. It attracts drones, which are male bees.
Yeah.
Drones don't do anything their entire life. They just eat food in the hive, and then they fly out. They fuck once in their life, and then they die. They die. Because when they fuck, their penis is attached to their abdomen, and it rips out.
And
They fuck in the air. They come, pull out, fall, and die before they hit the ground. That's the one thing they do in their life.
Poetic.
So
That's
she
beautiful.
fucks like 50 to 75 drones
That's a
in
real
a
load
big
hog.
orgy in the sky. And then she
awesome.
keeps all of their sperm in a spermatheca, flies back to the hive, and then she uses that semen for the rest of her life to lay eggs.
She just holds on
She
to
holds it forever.
That's literally like putting it in the freezer and injecting yourself whenever you need loads. That's
and then
wild.
she like impregnates. She chooses whether it's a male or female child, and she puts a
just like the Ben whatever from
Bene Gesserit.
Bene Gesserit from Dune.
I haven't seen it yet, but now maybe it's time for movie corner.
That really is. That was a beautiful
Never too
story.
late.
Early. I'm jealous of that queen bee. What a lucky gal.
Yeah, well,
she's living the high life.
I mean, it reminds me
goes
of a
crazy.
few girls in Bushwick that I know. I mean, I'll just say
sounds like a
man
girl
eater.
you met on Tinder.
Saving up your cum in a jar in the freezer.
Keep it in a jar.
It's happened. It happens. I read about it on Breitbart.
You went on a date with a girl who had semen in a jar in her
went
freezer.
on an unfortunate date with none other than Bella Thorne herself. And she had my cum in a jar before
The Brian
I knew
jar.
what was happening.
It's
Yeah,
a mason jar. It's this big. It's all Brian's cum. There's no one else in it. It's just the Brian.
I had been milked dry. Let me tell you.
At that point.
At that point,
I was unconscious.
Yeah. It was like it had been rolled out with a pin, pretty much, fellas. You know what I mean?
Well, there are pills you can take that actually increase the thickness and duration of your semen.
Yes.
You can get them at the gas station.
Your semen period.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we were sponsored by we couldn't get Blue Chew or any of those guys, so we got the Rhino X Alpha
Rhino
Male
X.
Drive.
Alpha Male Drive.
Heard her
Rhino
with it.
X.
Yeah.
Run
We
through
all
it.
I take Rhino X every day.
Every
You
single
don't
day.
gotta get ready if you stay ready. And my loads are so big and happen all the time
And
throughout the day.
bright orange.
Bright orange.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And that smell pretty good.
And there's little rhino-shaped gummies in the load.
yeah. Which is awesome.
Mine kind of squeeze out like
Which is actually good.
Which
That
is
actually
actually
increases
good.
sexual pleasure and
yeah,
duration of relationship.
mine kind of squeeze out like a whitehead a little bit. You gotta kind of press on the tip a lot, and then the squirrely little white will come out.
That sounds
And
good.
it's got the same sort of black head on top of it, crusty top.
That actually sounds good.
Mine is a sustained laser that's at least 15 feet whatever wall it touches goes through, but it
can
only
quick break
lasts
through.
25 seconds.
Only 25 seconds.
And it's a solid
All right.
beam.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's like a high pressure washer thing.
Yeah.
Like you can cut through glass and
Yeah.
dishware and
Damn,
toiletries.
my man.
toiletries. Yeah, just
Yeah.
cuts a toothbrush in half. I mean,
Yo,
easily.
Damn.
that's my dog right
That's
there, dude.
crazy.
So
that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So if you guys take those pills, you're not going to regret it.
It has a different reaction to everyone. It's like a white mystery.
Yes, yes.
You never know what kind of load you're going to get. Yeah.
Yeah,
You kids are going to love this pill.
because yes, especially the younger you are, the better it works. So try, and buy it.
Go
today.
crazy. Go crazy.
Yeah.
It's only $200 a month for a subscription.
Yeah.
For a bottle of pills.
Save that trip to the gas station. That humiliating. I actually did. Have you guys ever seen a guy buy one of those before at the gas station?
Not really.
No.
I did. I have
so.
seen one guy buy it one time.
What do you think that actually does? It does nothing,
Yeah.
right?
I
don't
think
know.
I don't think it does anything.
I think it's just like sugar.
But sometimes a placebo pill is all you need.
That's true.
Sometimes
I
all
really
you need
do believe
is
that.
to think.
I really do believe that.
For real, that for a lot of
guy-
men, it just all you need to think is that this pill is doing something.
That's
and then,
so
and then
true.
it'll
The
do-
guy
it'll
at
do
the
something.
gas station, he was with his friend who was kind of like, "What the hell, you're buying that?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I swear by these, man. Hey, listen,
I take one a day. And my cum has little rhinoceros gummies in it.
already it's a rhino."
And it shoots like a laser. It cuts the toothbrush in half. No, but I believe in that a lot. I never
Placebo
get
effect
sick.
is real.
I've chewed my fingernails my entire life. I bite my fingernails. And I believe that I'm like microdosing dirt. Microdosing dirt.
Yeah.
And I do have a weird thing with sickness where I never get sick. When people do get sick around me, I don't believe them, and I like accidentally gaslight them into being like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because I've like never ever get sick. I've got
Yeah.
COVID a few times, even that wasn't that bad. But I do think it's mind over matter. If you are like, I am not sick, you heal in 2 days.
I do the same thing. I agree. I think that it's all you need to do is say it's not that bad, and then it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I will say,
You have
That's
to
it.
believe it.
Yeah, but you have to believe it in your soul.
Like,
Nico-
like Christianity.
Nico had the dreaded norovirus. I don't know if you in America out there. Oh. It's coming for you. It's galloping towards your door.
Snaps for norovirus.
It's coming.
But Nico had the dreaded norovirus. And I was taking care of them, of course, being an incredible boyfriend, a sort of live-in boyfriend who,
live-in
you know,
roommate.
doesn't makes about half as much money as Nico. So I do little things like that, and
That's pretty good.
and you know, I take care of them when I'm sick.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
You're making chicken noodle
Just,
soup.
yeah,
you got
making
a
the
warm towel
chicken,
compress. You're
basically,
running,
all of that
running a
happened.
bath.
Yes, Nico's smiling, big old smile. on
Cleaning
Nico.
up because norovirus is famously you
Yeah.
shit your pants, right?
Yeah. Well.
Diuretics.
Shitting and barfing.
Well, yeah. Nico was I hate to
Barfing out your
tell
ass.
your business, but you were kind of shitting him. You were mostly barfing, I will say. That is more
Barfing
sort
out
of
your ass.
you know, polite. Yeah. You were doing both though. Yeah. It was mostly barfing though. Don't tell people you diarrhea in public. Are you kidding me?
70-30 barf, 30 diarrhea.
Don't even
Give or take.
Don't take that.
How much diarrhea?
Well, first day, diarrhea.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, no more diarrhea. Only
Okay.
barfing, lots of barfing.
What do you guys prefer, diarrhea or barf?
Well, So anyway, just to wrap up what I was saying earlier. So Nico had the dreaded norovirus, and after a certain point, I was like, "Damn, Nico's really sick. Like, I probably wouldn't get that sick. Like, damn, if I had this virus, like."
I would probably
wouldn't be
figure it
bad.
out.
And then I got it from them, and then we were both in bed on the same day, like shivering and like dying. Like I had never been that cold in my life. Every time I tried to leave the bed, and I had insane diarrhea. It was just constant. It got
You were
gray
barfing out
after
your
a while.
ass.
Yeah,
Gray diarrhea.
It was just because there was nothing else. It just was expelling the
I
just
think
whatever
matter.
matter was trapped in the lining. You know.
I would rather have diarrhea, I think.
Yeah.
Because diarrhea, you get to sit down.
And it doesn't... well,
Puking, you have to put your head in the pooping toilet.
And it hurts. Puking like hurts.
It
It
hurts.
just feels
Yeah.
horrible.
You're
It's-
retching.
Yeah. Especially when you run out and you're just like dry
Dry,
puking.
yeah, it's
like,
horrible.
That's just a horrible feeling.
I was able to eat, and Nico couldn't really eat.
Yeah,
it was-
I've never really puked that much in my life. I'm a big, like, proponent of, if you're like, you know, you're going to be hungover, like making yourself throw up the night before.
Sure,
that
sure.
literally does
It
work.
helps.
Yeah.
And when you're that drunk too, it just
It's
that
fine.
just kind of comes out.
Yeah.
I
easy.
I haven't thrown up from drinking in since I was maybe 23 or something like that. I haven't thrown up from
Good for
drinking in a
you.
long time.
I have
good
in
for
a
you.
few years. Yeah. I have a
Yeah,
friend
you
who.
have.
Congratulations to me.
I have a friend who cannot even talk about this. They are so scared of vomit. Like they hate vomit. They can't even hear the word vomit.
That stuff is annoying to me when you can't, or you can't talk about any of this, any of the life's
of that
excrements.
stuff.
Yeah.
I agree. I talk about shit and pooping a lot in my work, in my art, in my creative field, at work.
It's important
and
to talk about,
people
I
roll their
think.
eyes, and I say, everyone in this room does what I'm talking about.
all the time, constantly,
All the time, every day. Everyone
every
has
single
a
day.
story.
Hopefully,
But I do wonder, what is the you think it's like juvenile?
Yeah, I think it's juvenile.
Oh,
Nice.
swag.
Wow. And gross,
People
stinky.
think it stinks. People.
Stinky.
I guess,
Well,
if they think it's juvenile, that's one thing. But if they're like grossed out by it.
yeah.
No,
I
I've had
understand
people be like, I need to leave the room.
By the idea of like diarrhea or something.
But
It's like,
I will say one thing, which is that I have mentioned and used poop a lot in my work. And at one point, I was doing a bit with a PowerPoint where I like had pictures of shit in it. And never worked once.
Yeah.
Every time you show a picture of shit, everyone in the audience is like, like it's just an animal thing in your brain where you're like, I do not like seeing that.
Yeah.
I actually don't like. I mean, I kind of draw the line there. Or that's where I am. Like, I find that disgusting.
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't
It
want to
is.
see that.
But I thought it would be so disgusting that it's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you do it, and everyone's like,
yeah. It doesn't photograph well, you know.
you can say
photograph's
that.
nasty.
You can say
Photograph's
that.
nasty.
It looks nasty.
Yeah, sometimes
When the poop's in the water,
you
like
know,
It's all nasty.
That's a little
If it's a
gross
little
for
poop,
me.
if it's a big poop,
Sometimes
whatever it is, it's nasty.
you want to take a picture, you think this looks interesting.
Sometimes
you know?
to yourself,
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
like, wow, that's an interesting poop. It happened to me today.
Yeah.
It was one of those where
Talk
it's like
about
just kind of perfect.
Even
You
this
know.
is sort of bordering on
Yeah.
TMI. you
Yeah, a
know?
little bit.
You said it happened today. If you said it happened to you a month ago,
It happened today.
Fine, but
just
today.
now.
Think
Just
about
now
this
when I went in the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
I had
In
a
my own toilet?
perfect log.
Wow.
And it was the kind of thing where I'm like, that's nice, and I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm never gonna talk about this again. I'm not gonna take a picture. You know,
That's great.
That's good.
That's a good instinct.
You made the right decision in the end.
Well,
do you remember? I feel like there were couples who would do like, we send each other pictures of our poop. I'm like, y'all are trying to be gross.
Yeah.
Y'all are going
That's
out of
an
your way
Edie.
to be
If
gross.
Edie was
Like,
here, she'd be
Edie,
probably.
I
yeah,
love
she'd be
it.
talking about poop.
I'd probably talk about
I didn't
something
have
like
that, but I did have a friend who got very addicted to some pretty hard drugs in California.
Nice.
And we had to take care of this person for a long time.
Yeah.
And during their recovery, they would just send my house's group chat pictures of their shits.
Oh,
And it
no.
made us die laughing. It was,
Okay.
but only because they were in such a bad place that it was like, bro, like this is like horrible.
That's when you're allowed to be fully psycho. you
Yes. And
you're in your 20s
yeah, I
and-
got a lot of pictures of just enormous logs. Absolutely Twin Peaks
know?
logs.
Yeah.
Just
Big fella,
big fella, yeah, 6'7", 6'9".
Well, depending on the drug, sometimes it can make you insanely
Redwood.
constipated. So that's actually good that they were pooping
Releasing
a lot.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Tall,
Yeah.
tall,
Yeah.
tall fellas.
Tall and big.
Logs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Properly.
Redwood, California redwoods.
California
in there.
redwoods
Yeah,
in a big
yeah.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost
was-
poking out the bolt. So
I had a segment, but it was more shit. So you know, yeah.
okay, so the opposite of
Segue.
shit is
Piss.
no. Leaving that world together, all
delicious,
together, is
spaghetti.
candy,
Love.
spaghetti, clouds, heaven, God,
Yay.
Jesus.
God.
My cat Dice, who's asleep up there.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yay.
Dice corner.
Dice Corner.
He
What's
looks
Dice
cute.
been up to lately?
The
He's
dice corner.
He's been kind of annoying. And he might have an ear infection. That's it for the Dice Corner.
Damn.
It's
a little
okay.
medical update.
Yeah, we're taking him to the vet on Friday, and we're gonna see what's going on with his ear.
How old is Dice?
He's like 2 years old. Yeah, we don't exactly know, but we think he was about a year old when we got him.
He's a young man.
He's a young man.
Does he ever
Yeah.
sound like this?
Ooh, hey,
Does he ever sound exactly like?
Dice. Oh, your friend is here.
Do cats know their names?
like a dog.
Whoa.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Guys made a
Hey.
little stretch.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
Star power.
Star power. He saw the camera. He does know his name. He does turn when you say his name. But it also, dice is kind of a loud one-syllable word,
Yeah.
so that might be it as well.
That's just. I mean,
Guy.
that's what. That's a good name. To
Yeah.
give, you know.
And cats don't shit. Cats don't shit. Or
They don't
piss.
shit. They don't piss. They basically just.
They're perfect
yeah.
angels.
Yeah, they just
Hang out.
They just hang out.
Yeah.
Or not that I've seen. I don't know. Nico takes care of most of that kind of thing. So as far as I know, Nico Dice just kind of hangs out and.
Well, you're busy tending to the home.
Well, that's right. I'm busy
Right,
sweeping. I have
Sweeping.
to. I mean,
Sweeping.
more
The chimney.
dust is everywhere.
Dust
I
is
mean,
everywhere.
on every surface, and it's
It's piling up.
it's piling up. Well, as soon as I get dusting, the living room where I gotta go to the bathroom, then where I gotta go the smoking area, the smoking
Yeah.
lounge, and
Yeah.
then I gotta go to the cabinet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a never ending.
Horrible.
So we're here in the movie corner now at the end of the podcast, and
Movie corner.
It's the movie corner. Did you put music? What music do you have?
I put like epic.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer.
Batman.
Yeah.
All right, well,
epic music.
Jumpstart into the movie corner. I haven't seen Dune 2 yet.
Dune
I've seen
2,
it,
great
so-
film.
Rick's a
haven't
big
seen it.
Dune guy.
I like Dune 2.
I saw the first Dune for the first time a week ago.
And then you saw Dune 2.
I haven't seen Dune 2
Oh, you haven't seen
yet.
Dune 2 yet.
I'm quite excited.
It's
Oh, wow.
it's great.
I had a friend who was getting over a relationship mansplain the plot of like all 6 Dune books to me for like 2 hours. It was awesome.
That's what you gotta do
I was letting him do it
as a
because I was
man.
like, this is helping you.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
also,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
need someone to explain to me what the fuck's going on.
It's like it's a dense lore, but it's not impossible
Yes,
to wrap
it
your head
seems
around.
pretty simple, but the names
Yeah.
are kind of crazy.
The names are kind of crazy. At first, it can be like a little hard to keep track of like who's who and like
Yeah.
what their deal is, but you get it. It's not that hard, and he simplifies everything.
Yes.
He's giving kind of a
Right, because
easy-
I heard in the books that the Baron Harkonnen or whatever the fuck his name is a pedophile
Yes.
and is like a crazy pedophile,
Well, yes.
and he's a gay crazy pedophile.
And
Is
And he's
that
originally
why
played by Kevin
that
Spacey.
improvised kiss happened?
I was gonna say this is a little spoiler. It doesn't really matter. Austin Butler, who plays his nephew,
Right.
one of
He
the
fucks him
one of
in
the
the book,
Harkonnens.
maybe?
They fuck. They kiss. They kiss. And
In the book.
In the movie.
In the movie, they
In the
kiss.
movie, and Austin Butler, the great actor Austin Butler, was talking about that was totally improvised, baby. I just
That's
felt it in
crazy.
the moment, and I just kissed him on the lips. And they kiss not once. They kiss, and then they like look at each other really intensely, and then they kiss again.
That's in
second
the
time.
movie?
That's in the movie.
All right, so he is a pedophile, incestuous guy.
You kind of yeah.
Maybe not a
Kissing his
pedophile.
nephew.
yeah.
And then kissing your nephew doesn't make you a pastor. I'll tell you that much.
No,
It don't make you a
no,
pastor in
no,
my
no.
church. Okay?
Don't make you wrong.
I don't
though.
kiss my nephew.
Yeah,
that's
don't
something
make
I
me
don't
wrong.
do.
I don't think I have a nephew.
You might.
I might.
You might.
My sister doesn't want to have kids.
She'll change your
Dune
mind.
2 movie corner.
I mean, this is part of the movie corner. My sister's one of these fucking people who's like, oh, the world's so bad. I don't
Yeah.
wanna-"
She'll change your mind. Listen,
Yeah.
my sister said the exact same thing. Then she got married. Now she's pregnant with a kid.
You know, I had that
Alright.
thought today when
Yeah.
I was biking to work, and I was like, in my mind, the world is totally going to end in 20 years, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
worth thinking that far ahead. It's all going to blow up.
Yeah.
But what if I'm wrong?
Yeah, I
And
don't
I,
think it's-
arrive at that place, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
This is where people are going to get themselves into trouble because a lot of people are being like, I'm not saving for retirement because I'm
Right.
going to be dead by then. It's
Yeah.
like, you should probably, maybe just in
Yeah.
case. Maybe
Yeah,
just in
yeah,
case
yeah.
still do a little bit of a savings fund kind of a thing.
yeah,
Throw
yeah.
something in there.
Yeah. So Dune 2, great
Dune
film. You
2.
should see it on the big screen.
Is it not so crazy sold out now? Because I know.
I think you can. Yeah, I think
Okay.
you can get a seat. I saw it pretty damn close up on an IMAX screen.
Did either of you guys see Perfect Days? You know that movie?
No,
I want to.
Isn't
I've heard
it
it's
Wim
good.
Wenders,
Yeah.
the
Which I
Paris,
didn't.
Texas
I didn't
guy?
know that.
Yeah, it looks like one of those where it's like just like a nice
nice time.
about like a old guy walking around and having a.
I'm
perfect
gonna
day
eat an
kind of a thing.
edible and watch it.
That sounds nice.
Because I ate an edible and watched Anatomy of a Fall. and
I
it
did
was
the
a
same thing.
Bad call on my part.
I had a good time.
What?
I had a half of an edible, and watched Anatomy of a Fall, and I had a good time. I was like, whoa.
It was a little
That was
too long.
crazy.
The courtroom scene was a little.
I like that little asshole in the courtroom.
Yeah, that was an interesting character to throw in like
Yeah,
2/3 of the way
that
through
little,
the movie.
the little bitch.
Crazy, angry little guy.
Yeah.
Sounds like it should have been me. Okay, sounds like it should have been me.
Well, it's French, but you can learn
fluent
French.
French.
When we do the American remake
I was
in a
thinking
couple
Brian
years,
trying to
you
speak
can
French.
be an asshole in court.
I took it in middle school.
Yeah.
You know, I can say je parle
I'm going to hold off a
français.
little bit because
Yeah, but
on
by-
our Patreon episode or whatever we record next, of course,
Yes.
we're going to cover the Oscars.
Oh.
We're going to talk everything Oscar.
Yes.
Which is technically a part of the movie corner.
Wait.
But
John Cena naked humiliation
Yes.
ritual.
naked
That
humiliation.
was
We
yes.
we got to talk about.
We gotta talk about that. That was such a wholesome joke. I did see that on.
But it's not
mute.
because it's
but it's
sinister.
humiliation ritual.
It's
But he's
sinister.
wearing a flesh suit, no?
Well, yeah, but it's part of the humiliation ritual is that it's sinister. It's like it's.
It's not good.
We're gonna save this,
That's
listeners.
bad.
Listeners, if you want to hear about the
Pedophile.
humiliation
That is
ritual
about
and the
pedophile.
Oscars, you gotta subscribe to the Patreon. Yeah, subscribe to the Patreon. www.patreon.com/last Friday night, and tell your friends, and we will tell you all about the ritual. And you want to avoid this kind of thing at all costs.
I want to have
Say
a
that.
serious just message. Just treat each other with respect out there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much division and hate in the world today. I just want you to look
Yeah.
if you're listening to this in public right now, look your neighbor in the eye and touch him on the thigh and give it a
Yeah.
squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on last Friday night.
And say I
A
love
nice
you.
squeeze.
Say I love you.
It's
Yeah,
hard
say
to
I love you.
squeeze.
I love you. You're my neighbor. That's a it's a
Love
nice.
that neighbor.
That's got a good grip to
Juicy
it.
leg.
No, it's got a good nice juice to it.
Love that neighbors love Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But you stand to have a little more meat on those bones. Oh, you're so
little
skinny.
bit.
So skinny.
Oh, I'm practically
the winter
enveloping
made you
your
so
thigh.
skinny. The winter
Wrap
made you
my
so
hand
skinny.
around
Yeah.
one hand around
My
your whole
big
thigh.
meaty hands almost just trapping your little leg. isn't it?
Crushing your bones. you need to eat more meat, more ham,
more meat.
more
That's what you
carbs,
should do.
more clam chowder.
I've
Yeah.
got plenty of those in my house. Let's go. Come on.
My hand's practically wrapping around your bones. You're so skinny.
Give it for William Duncan. You should follow him on Instagram, of course.
Instagram, x.com,
Yes.
YouTube, Patreon.
Yes.
What's your handle?
A Wheels _ Duncan on Instagram. And then
Yeah.
you'll find everything else in my link tree.
But
Yep.
you can't.
Follow the link.
I will say,
Follow the link tree.
if you're trying to find Will Duncan on Instagram, you do have to look up Wheels Duncan.
under. Yeah, my name is not on Instagram.
Yeah, you can't just type in Will Duncan. He makes it a little more alt for you.
Can't do it. And my Venmo is Wheels on the Bus. At Wheels
That's
on the
pretty
Bus.
good.
Which,
Yeah.
I thought when I made my Venmo, you had to make like a funny name, like when I was making Instagram,
Yeah.
but it actually does not help you on
Yeah.
Venmo.
No.
But I guess
no.
with a name like Will Duncan, I guess you stick out a little more.
You know what's interesting? Can I just take a moment here?
Yeah,
Please.
please.
My name is Will Duncan, and when I email people, they always respond Duncan. They think my first name is Duncan.
Duncan Will.
Because my
So
name
what's
is
the will?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They think
What?
my name is William Stewart Duncan.
Yeah.
So when you flip it, it's Duncan William S, which I
Ah.
think looks like Duncan Williams.
Huh.
And my email, okay, this is
Yeah.
why. My email is DuncanWill13.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
That
so there
must
you
be
go.
it.
Yeah, that's
see
why.
the-
And
they
Duncan
see
is
the
a first name.
But I didn't know that. But I
Yeah.
literally say, like, I am Will Duncan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you. Cheers, Will.
Yeah. And a
Every
lot of
time.
people have their last name first, too. That's not that
Yeah.
crazy of a thing. Yeah.
So I just think that's interesting. And that's going to be kind of Will's Google email corner.
That's
a new
Will's-
segment.
That's the email corner.
Just a
Email
tech-
corner.
Just a HubSpot ITT tech
Yeah.
Wi-Fi
SEO
router corner.
Sort of corner. God bless you, and top of the morning to you. Hey, when you get home tonight, just piss all over your floor. Come on, that's on me. Just have a relax, have a break, piss on your floor.
Any fans in Ireland right now? Top of the morning to you.
Yes.
You're
Top of
just
the morning
waking
to
up.
you.
It's 9:19 in New York, 7:35 in Ireland. So top of the morning to you, Captain.
Go grab a Guinness. Go on down to the pub. Grab a Guinness. Get your day started.
A Guinness.
A Guinness. And enjoy that
bastard.
Guinness.
And piss on the Blarney Stone.
Piss on the
and
Blarney
see the Loch
Stone.
Ness Monster.
Yeah.
And see if Barry Keoghan isn't there.
And
Say
say top of the morning.
say
Barry Keoghan and Braveheart, Mel Gibson and Braveheart.
That was Irish. I thought that was
That's
Scottish.
Scotland.
That was
It's
Scottish.
But so is the
Yeah,
Loch
same
Ness
thing.
Monster, and you guys didn't autocorrect that.
Yeah, no
So,
one.
that shows your Irish ignorance.
Yeah.
They're neighbors. They're right next to each other. It's
true.
And it's all a part of the United
Kingdom.
Yes.
And Ireland is happy about that.
Yeah.
They love
like
that.
Yes.
They love that.
Yes.
Meow.
Meow.
We've
It's
gone over
not?
this like 7 times.
Have
on
we
the
actually?
podcast.
I thought-
Yeah, no, we have.
They used to be,
yeah.
though.
No,
Right?
oh, our Irish
That's what the
listener got mad
IRA
at
was
us.
about.
Yeah. So then now they're going to be extra mad at us.
Oh, our Irish
Okay,
listener.
we're gonna Google that, and we'll do better next
To
time.
our listener from Ireland and our listener from Holland, we
love you.
We love you,
love you.
and
We
we're
love you.
sorry.
Yeah. We'll do better.
And we don't like Trump. Okay,
we don't like that Cheeto man.
Yeah.
I
When
do.
I-
I like Trump.
Oh,
I voted for
okay.
Trump.
You say his skin is the color of your hair.
Just
red.
kidding. It's opposite day. I voted for him twice.
Okay, goodbye. That's
Bye.
it. That's
We love
it.
you.
Big goodbye of it
Bye.
all. And Nico and Jock are here too, and they
Nico and
made
Jock.
this happen. By the
On the
way,
ones and twos.
you ought to be praying on their knees, or on your knees for their mercy.
Yep.
God damn it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Meow. Squidward and SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
is, and all the rest of the characters in Bikini Bottom.